When doing your assessment in solution-focused therapy, it is imperative to assess your client's motivation for change. There are three main categories of clients you're going to come across: visitors, complainants, and customers. A visitor is someone who's not really in the market for therapy. They're there because someone told them they had to be. Someone like a judge, a parent, and so on. With these clients, therapists should not offer suggestions or try to convince them that they need therapy. With visitors, what can be useful is asking them how to satisfy the authority that forced them to be there. Let's do a little role play. So let's say a daughter is coming in, her mother has made her get therapy because she's never doing her chores at home. She might say something like, "I honestly don't need to be in therapy. My mom is just being super dramatic and forcing me." I, as the therapist, could say, "So what do we have to do to help you get your mother off your back?" Or, "So what's the minimum that we need to accomplish so you won't have to keep coming back here?" Complainants do have clear complaints, but they're usually about someone else. For example, a wife who comes in because her husband doesn't communicate, or parents who seek therapy because their children are having problems. With complainants, it might be useful to suggest noting exceptions in the problem behavior of the other family member. In this case, the solution-focused therapist would accept the client's views, give compliments, may suggest observing exceptions to the complaint behavior. Here's an example of what the dialogue might look like between a therapist and a complainant. In this example, a mother is coming into therapy because she is frustrated with her daughter. Let's say the client comes in and says, "It's my daughter. All she does is hang out with her friends. She never helps out around the house or does any of her homework. So how can I be of help to you? Nothing I've ever done seems to make a difference. She doesn't want to grow up and take responsibility for herself. What do you think needs to happen so that your daughter will be a little easier to live with? She needs to start doing her homework. I keep telling her she won't get anywhere if she doesn't finish high school." That seems like a big change, but suppose that did happen. Suppose your daughter started doing her homework. What would your daughter be saying about how you were different with her then? "She hates it when I nag her." She'd probably say I wasn't nagging her as much anymore. Notice how in that example, the therapist at no point challenges the client's notion that the problem is her daughter. The therapist tried to shift the talk from problem talk to solution talk. Nevertheless, by talking about a solution, the conversation comes around to how the mother might behave differently in order to be a part of the solution. In this case, the client might see that her nagging less might be part of a more productive solution for her daughter. Our final category are customers. Customers have clear complaints and are ready to take action. With a customer, you can move directly to establishing goals and finding solutions. It's much easier to work with people who are ready to make changes. If a client came in to see me and they said, "I really struggle with how disorganized I am. I just can't seem to keep track of the things I'm doing. I end up scrambling to turn in assignments last minute, and it gets really frustrating." In this example, the therapist would then be able to immediately move forward into finding a solution for the client. So those are our three categories: visitors, complainants, and customers. Hope that helps.